Well, hello, and welcome back to the tower. So let's go ahead and get equipped. Oh, whoops. Yes, we'll give the gun another level. My favorite gun. And then we'll get anti-cube equipped. And then we'll get intervention core. Let's make sure the heats aren't anything crazy. Armored protector basic fast. Alright, we're good. Alright, let's go. Hey, Christian. Hey, Mohammed. Hey, Black Turtle. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I know I'm rich again. I'm once again wealthy. I finally have coin income. Now, let's see. I'll show you in a second, Black. Give me a second to get situated here. I wanted to get the stream going because it was kind of, we were kind of late. And it's Fast Ultimate again, so it's going to be an exciting one. Oh, congrats, Christian. You're making it. Hey, Fost, how you doing? All right, let's see. It's all about consistency. You just keep going out there. Start winning. Hey, Ghetto, how you doing? And yeah, it does. And I am going to try slow mode. We're going to try a second. And if it's acting up, just say something in chat and I'll turn it back off. I'm hoping YouTube fixed the problem. Wednesdays are always a long day, man. But we're here and we're at the tournament now and it's all good. Okay. So now I will show you where Super Tower is at. I was actually able to keep it going, so we're researching level 6. So that's good. Eventually, I'll have the permanent Super Tower, which will be nice. And I did complete Super Tower, the Super Tower card buff, so that is now level 30. So that is complete. So go, Super Tower. That's better. Oh, hey, Texas, how you doing? And hey, Guru, how you doing? My spotlight, what do you mean? What, my spotlight's at 45 degrees? It still is. We're not going to jump on spotlight angle just yet. I have it's still only plus 11 too, so this is 56. Oh, it is over here. It is, oh wait, the 70 is almost 72x. Wait, what's the card slot issue? Yeah, going back to work has been very hard and difficult. $210, geez. I'm not there yet. I got a few things I'm gonna fix. And maybe we'll, oh, I guess. Oh, I should have fixed it. Oh well, we'll fix it after. That's fine. We can fix it a little bit after the tournament. Just a little fixing. Wow, Ghetto, that's a ridiculous bug. Oh yes, thank you, Foster. Please like the stream, guys. It really does help out. And subscribe if you haven't. Hey Jose, how you doing? Nice cars. Oh, 4-hour runs, damn. Hey Rocket Man, how you doing? And also, guys, due to all the changes, I will be putting out a 2025 part 2 because uh, I wasn't expecting all that in the tournament, even though that's technically part of the plan. I'll do another one after the tournament. Or not after, well, after this tournament, but it won't be today, but later this week. Oh. Oh, I forgot I need to check something. Wow, 5.3 quadrillion? I'm not ready for that yet. And that is the tournament officially being closed. I know there were some other. Oh, hey, I bought 20 cards in the event mission, guys. I did it. I don't know why that popped up again. I had completed that one already. It's Energy Net and four. Oh, wait. Oh, obtain modules. I think we can obtain some modules. That'd be good. No, that's actually my alarm ringtone. That was my alarm that the tournament is closed. And hey, Robert, how you doing? Cells is the key. And we're gonna get a cells card. Well, that's a start, Texas. That's still good. That's still good because you still get good stones from doing that, which is what matters. Energy Net is a card, Mohammed. It is just that's what the card does. You'll see me use it. It nets the boss. I heard we're gonna get a cells card. That's what a rumor said. And then we can have cell card mastery. Oh, what are they going to do with keys? I'm kind of wondering what the next update's going to do with keys. Because you know what they say, keys get degrees. It'd probably be like Coin Mastery Foster, we get even more cells. Trade. Okay, so would you be able to trade keys for stones? Because you can trade stones for keys, everybody just trades stones for keys. That's true, but I can't. I think some people would hoard keys just because. Yeah. That's what Black is saying, Muhammad, is that basically once you get everything unlocked and people are actually getting there, you could convert them. I believe so, anyways, because I think people are getting close to maxing everything out. Auto Demon is great. Not only is Auto Demon great, you know what's better? Demon mode on kill. I love it so much. And hey, Penny, how you doing? I don't think I said hi. Oh yeah, temp boosted. Yeah, that'd be temporary boost would be a good way to just burn up keys. As long as you could. I don't think you should be able to temp boost in a tournament though. Hey, Spirit, how you doing? Card ultimatum. We also have to see what the red door is. What is behind the red door? Milestone runs are technically farming anyways, Ghetto. Because, I mean, you couldn't really separate a milestone run from a farm run, you know what I mean? It'd have to be... Oh, you know, I forgot to check the results last week. Did we get a write-up about Cal? Did they say something about Big C no longer being with us? Yeah, it's just the Red Castle is just a tease on Reddit so far, and we haven't gotten any information on even what it is. Oh, I believe it is legit, Black. I believe it is legitimate. Hey, Swift, how you doing? And hey, Alex, how you doing? And yes, we got to get some modules. Hey, Noah, how you doing? Yeah, Noah, you got to get those labs going. That's the top priority. Yeah, his wife is gone too, or girlfriend, or whoever it was. Wait, really? Was it really confirmed by Fuzz to be someone making a joke? I don't know. I saw it on Reddit. Let me see if I can find it. I saw it on there. And I'm like, oh, with new game mode? What is this? I wish I could remember the guy's name. Yes, he was something like Fud's name in reverse with 0621, which was the day the tower came out. That's... If he got me, I'm very disappointed in myself for falling for it. Honestly, I can't tell what's a leak and what's not a leak. Oh, so no red door. It was all a scam. Well, if you get the red door, we know Fudz is lying. Well, I'm sorry to mislead everybody. Okay, I found it. Hey, Exotic, how you doing? No, this is the same microphone. So I found out I had an issue, and the issue with the microphone was actually an issue with Windows. And so what was happening was, if you allow programs to take exclusive mode of your microphone, what happens is that it can lower the microphone volume. So I had it set up a certain way. Some program took it, so I had to uncheck that box, basically. And so now the microphone should always sound the same, because that was really driving me nuts. Because that's why all of a sudden I would do nothing, and I'd be like, why does the sound different? So that is... Oh, well, I ate the onion. What can I say, guys? I'm sorry. I tripled, Ghetto. That's why I'm sitting on 3.5 quadrillion. I tripled. So, like, it's been insane, dude. I mean, I'm no longer broke. Texas, all you need is BlueStacks or another emulator. Assuming you're trying to do it on PC. That's how I'm doing it. And then you want to use OBS. And you got to link OBS up with wherever you're going to stream. I went from like 570 was my best. And now I'm getting like a 1.5 quadrillion to 1.6. I'm not ready to start farming tier 12 just yet. Soon. Very soon. I want to make sure I have some coins in the bank for Super Tower before I go to tier 12. Because I really want to make sure that I don't run out of coins for the Super Tower research. That's my number one priority. I want to be able to get that done as efficiently as possible. Really? I had no issue with it. Had no issue with that, Texas. You make sure you do the cloud save, so you have to log in, make an account with Tech Tree Games. And if you're having issues saving, sometimes you have to close the game and reopen it. All right, Foss, thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a good day tomorrow with all the stuff you got to do. I'll make sure you catch the VOD. You'll see the end. Don't worry. It'll be there. Damn. I can't believe I got trolled by the tower thing. He used FUD's name backwards and everything. It looked real. Didn't look like it was AI generated. Butter chicken. Oh, man. Hey, Clover, how you doing? Yeah, so what should happen, Texas, is when you load it up on the second device, it's going to go through the intro, right? And you have to do that. Then you should be able to go into the login with Tech Tree Games, and you put in your account information and say, oh, okay, and it should pull your data down. That's good. I'm glad to hear it, Clover. And here's a bracket. So I'm basically seeing if Curious Hat's going to do anything. Everybody else, I think, has been done. At least I think. I haven't gone into the bracket comparison. Yeah, everybody else is probably done. I did queue at a different time today. Let's see. Dun 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 dun. Oh, cool, Texas. Just comment on my YouTube and I'll find you. I am actually, I think, really behind on comments because of the holidays, but I'll have to find the. I'll have to get caught up. Probably today. I had a bunch of stuff going on. Was the event late? No, the event was on time for me. I didn't notice it being late. It was right on its normal time. It won't let YouTube won't let you do links. That's the problem. But he can DM me and I can link it. If he can DM me, I'm in the Tower Discord. I'm the only Zerdan, and I'll link it for you. So we can all follow you. So Clover, what happens is, did you restart the app? I'm hoping for 6th. Because sometimes you need to restart the app, Clover. I had one weird one where, like, one time the event closed, The event completed. I got the same event again. And then the game freaked out and then brought in the new event, and I had no idea what that was about. But no, the event launched on time for me. That's really weird. I only had that happen once. I don't know if other people had that happen. Did you at least get login credit? Sometimes it's like the data can get stuck, and the only thing you can do is close and reopen the game. That's all you can do. Oh. Okay, 2 minutes 30. Okay, well. Huh. That's really weird, Clover. I don't know how that happened. Like, everything worked fine for me this time, and the one glitch I had was such a long time ago. And it only ever happened once. I can't even remember what event it was, because like, oh, okay, we're replaying the old event. That's weird. Well, wait, what's your cooldown on Golden Tower and Death Wave? Like, what is their cooldown? Oh, congrats, Fat. Yeah, it's cards and mods. At least it's not merging mods, thank goodness. Oh, okay, so format. What I would say instead of doing that would be get Black Hole down to 2 minutes. It shouldn't be too expensive, and I'm using this without looking at a cost table, so pardon my ignorance. It shouldn't be too expensive to get Black Hole down to 2 minutes. And once Black Hole is 2 minutes, then you have them synced. You know, Black Hole goes off twice, Golden Tower goes off once with Death Wave. And that should cost you a lot fewer stones than getting everybody synced at 2.5 minutes. And that way you get them synced that way, and then you can look and see what the next ultimate weapons are. And then based on that, then you can make a decision, what ultimate weapon should I pick, or should I work on that? Hey Jeffrey, how you doing? Well, I got very lucky last tournament, Jeffrey. Very, very lucky. It was a very fortuitous event. In fact, it was so good, Jeffrey, I'm going to remake my 2025 video. Did you make your 2025 video? Or, well, I'm just going to call it 2025 Part 2. Because so many things change so quickly. Oh no, Clover. Yeah, I achieved some of them already, so we're gonna make a new goal video. Yes, Fat Beast, Golden Tower Plus. If you in the last tournament, it got the +10. So and I got some more Golden Tower duration too. So we had a lot of changes happen last tournament. It was kind of a crazy one. I did have to private it and then unprivate it because I had to edit a few spots out because I was disorientated when I was making the video for some reason. I don't think I'm quite ready for 2 masteries a month yet. Not quite. For me, no, I need to fix my black hole. I need to get my black hole size up. I need to get the duration up probably to like 33. That's not going to really help me with income as much as that's going to help me in tournaments. And then we need to look at Chronofield and get Chronofield situated. No, that's the next thing, Fat. As you can see, like, he's a little small still. So that's the next thing I think we're going to work on is getting some extra black hole size just so I have better coverage in the tournament. And then once black hole and Chronofield are done, then we're going to have to be looking at other questions. There will be other questions. But I think that's what I'm going to go to is just get my black hole sorted. It won't take much. I don't think it's going to take much to get my black hole sorted. I'll probably be pretty close. No, it's not too bad to put them in. YouTube will actually sort them chronologically. I do have one tournament that's stuck. It's weird. It's stuck in premiering. It's been premiering since like November 6th. So I said, okay, maybe there's some kind of bug in YouTube. I moved it up to January 5th. It's still premiering. So you can go try to watch it, and it just sits there and says, "Oh, we're waiting for it to start." And I'm like, "What the heck is this?" But yeah, I can put them all in a playlist. That's at least with YouTube, it lets you sort them. It's not a big thing at all. I just have to find them all. And then I can also, what you can do when you do that is you can make it so it's the default playlist, so you can watch them one after the other. It'll recommend it. Dr. Trashbag, where is your... Oh, I think I found you. Do you have like the Super Helldive level 10? Is that like one of your most recent videos, Dr. Trashbag? The wave goal is... is your most recent one all turret build, most kills versus Terminated, Super Helldive level 10? Okay, I found you. I'll link you in a second. Give me a second here. The wave goal... 424. This guy hasn't moved. If I can get 425 waves, I'm in it for 6, and I'm here for it. All right, hold on. Let me link Dr. Trashbag. I want to, so we can all subscribe to him. He's going to start making tower videos. I subscribed. And let me get your, and this is your Twitch over here. Hold on, I'm going to link that too.
This is Dr. Trashbag back with
oh, whoops, whoops,
Gothic Armada.
Okay, that started playing, my bad. Hey, Vincent, how you doing? Well, there, you got a preview of Dr. Trashbag too, so everybody give him a sub or a follow. Thanks, everybody. Gee. Hey, Vincent. Hey, Joey. How you guys doing? Do you think CF or some CF is going to be mandatory? You're going to have CF. You can't not have CF because it's so defensive. Oh, nice, Vincent. And the tournament's locked, so nobody can. So unless somebody's doing a run, you're good. I do have a little CL, but yeah, Chronofield's going to become mandatory. Chronofield is number 4 on my list. I keep forgetting Death Wave quantity, guys. I got to get the Death Wave quantity up after we fix Black Hole. The labs were a beast before 4X. And they really weren't even that bad. I don't know who said the labs were hard for Chronofield. They weren't really that big. I think they took me like... They were maybe 2 months? 2 months, maybe? And of course, some of this is going to depend because I need to make sure I have enough stones for when I need to pick my next Tower Mastery. Hey, Elliot, how you doing? Elliot, that's very, we need more information than just get cooldowns down from, we need to know what cooldowns. Yeah, Shattered Shards is huge, and it was funny. Shattered Shards was a lab that took so long, I was like, I'm gonna do rank 1. By the time I was done with rank 1, okay, fine, I'm gonna do rank 2. By the time I was almost done with, I guess we're doing rank 3, and that's how it went. Until I had rank 5 done. I'm like, oh, thank God, I'm done with that lab. Yeah, I have that issue on tournaments where we get the ultimate weapon erosion. Okay, so Death Wave, Black Hole, and... I would probably get them down to 230, Elliot, just because at 230, the next big step would be to take Black Hole, save up stones to take Black Hole all the way to 30 seconds. And I think taking Black Hole all the way down to 30 seconds would probably be better, because no, wait, I'm wrong. Damn it, it's 50 seconds. I hate it that they do it in minutes and seconds. Thank you, Black Turtle Rabbit. I hope you have a great night. Sweet dreams, if that's where you're going to Dreamland. No, it's right. That's right. 230. Yeah, you take it to 230. That's 150 seconds. And then you can take Black Hole down. I was thinking it's 30 seconds, but you can take Black Hole down to 50 seconds. And then they're still synced up because it's 50 seconds and 150 seconds. I just hate that they put it in minutes. It always throws me. But that would be the way to do it. And that might be better than working on Chain Lightning, because you'll have almost permanent Black Hole in the tournaments, and that should be pretty good. Probably. Because permanent Black Hole is like such a big boost. And it also helps your economy too. You'll get more waves, you'll make more coins, everything's, good. And it's not that Chain Lightning is bad, it's just like so many things. If the priority quest was easy, you would already done it. Yeah, Elliot, yeah, because And don't try to bring black hole down 10 seconds at a time. It's you want to be able to go from 2 minutes and 30 seconds, have enough stones saved up to go right to 50 seconds. Because then they stay synced both ways. Otherwise, you're going to desync black hole, and that's not good. Hey, Brad, how you doing? Yeah, we have a great community. I really appreciate the community we've been able to make and foster with this game. It's been really amazing, honestly. Oh, you know what I did? I forgot to do this. No, not that one. Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit, but that's okay. It's this game is about long-term goals. What can I say? And I have to make a new 2025 video. And soon I don't know that it's gonna be close to soon that I need to slow things down. Sorry for what? Gold League is oh, wait, no, gold isn't. I would get first probably in gold. But I'd have to like demote from legends to gold. I don't know. I probably could get 4,000. Probably maybe. What is gold? What is gold? Is it tier 6? Christian. Yes, there will be more. I don't know how it depends how aggressive the scaling is. I probably could get little to like, unless the scaling gets really aggressive, like 6,000 or more waves probably, because I get to like 10,000 waves in tier 11. So unless the scaling goes harder than tier 11 at a certain point, I would get beyond 10,000 waves. Which is that's like Nick asking me, "Hey, when are you going to farm tier 1?" And it's like, "No, it's never going to happen, Nick." Like a what if simulator. So I wouldn't be surprised if I get 10,000 waves. At least. Well, what happens is they just can't damage me. If they can't get through my wall, then I just tank, right? It doesn't matter how much health they have if they can't kill my wall. Yeah, no, remember, Christian, I have to start 35 other accounts, play them all, get them to Legends, and become the bracket. Yeah, that's what I was explaining to Nick. Like, I could farm tier 1 and see how far I could get. But the 20 hours I spend in there, I'm not making any coins. So what's the point, you know? Wait, what do you mean beat tier 18? No, Christian, all the towers go together in the same bracket. They all live together. I'm really disappointed that I got by the leak, guys. I'm sorry I spreaded misinformation. It really seemed, I bet who did it came out and said, "Oh, it's Fud's names backwards, and 621 was when the tower came out, and I just ate the onion." Oh, he got the 85. I think a lot of people have gotten the, wait, not a lot. Okay, a lot is, a few people have gotten the top 10 or something like that. Oh, don't worry, Elliot. Labs get even longer. I think the Shattered lab was the longest lab I've done. Wait, Tower Man's in my bracket? Oh, he is. Oh, yeah, he did beat tier 18. Congratulations, Tower Man. Mr. Rhino. Of course, Jeffrey, you can't stop playing the tower. How do you stop? Because there's going to be a tier 19. There's going to be a tier 20. There's going to be a tier 21. We all know it. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because I only have 2 years in the tower, Clover. I started July 4th of 2022. Which is proof that on July 4th, I was looking for something to do. Yeah, like, dude, my tower account is gonna be in my will. And in my will, I'm gonna have to designate who is gonna run my tower after I pass away. I mean, that's just how it goes, man. Yeah, maybe I could give it to Nick. But don't tell Nick. He'll get too excited about me dying. Well, I guess Maria gets it by default if she outlives me. I don't know, that might be difficult, though. Could you imagine, like, playing, like playing somebody... Oh, okay. We might have to slow it down. Hold on. I'm not that damaged. Oh, we'll let it run like this for a little bit. We have to make sure she's ready for that responsibility. But Maria and I are pretty close in age, so it's not like... Might have to go to the younger generation. Do you think I'll lose my wings already? Alright, we'll slow it down. We'll slow it down. Well, they're on my wall again. Oh, you're right. My energy shields are down. I don't want to lose my wings this early. I was hoping we could just like not slow it down for a little bit longer. I'm pretty sure that's what happened to the other guy. Wait, you can play this on the MetaQuest? I don't know that I could handle that. See, the problem is fast technically isn't broken. It's just really annoying. And I don't know what a good fix for fast... I mean, honestly, if it was up to me, I would just disable fast ultimate because it sucks until it got a rework. Because I just cannot stand slowing down. I don't know what the actual solution for fast is. Like, some people have suggested that everything is capped as a percentage of the speed increase of the fast, which that would work, but that's technically a nerf to it, you know? So it's like, is that the solution to nerf it? I don't know. So it's hard for me to say what the solution is. Christian, what's your CF at? I mean, your CF plus. Do they go through the swirl? Like, is it the super fast toilet bowl? And the fast speed reduce doesn't negate it either. It would help. It would make it a little bit slower, but it's not going to fix the underlying problem. How does that look in the toilet? Do they zip through the toilet bowl? Was that first place for you, Ghetto? Like, if that was first place, I could see you just letting it rip and being like, eh. You know what they say, YOLO. Oh, okay, Christian. I didn't know. I don't have the toilet bowl. That's one of the effects I can't wait to show Maria. Hey, look, Maria, my tower looks like you're flushing the toilet. Isn't that so cool? Okay, so Ghetto, you just did a YOLO. You're just like, I'm just gonna send it. We're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna send it. I think I'm good. Yeah, please do, Christian, because I need to see that. I've seen it on the Discord from people, but I don't have a clip at hand. Do you have a YouTube? Can you post it on YouTube? Enemy on enemy collision. I know the enemies can collide, but that's not why we have to really slow it down. The issue is that what happens is when when fast. So like let's pretend this is the best way to describe it that I know. Let's say the object. Hey Shadow, how you doing? Yes, I'll show the stats at the end of the run. I usually do. Did I not show it for one of the videos? But the best way to explain it, Bread, is let's pretend you're on one side of a 10-meter table, okay? And if you're moving at if you're moving at 11 meters per second between two frames. So again, this depends on the frame rate. This depends on a lot of things kind of behind the scenes. What happens is the way the game works is it teleports you. So you move the 11 meters between the next frame, and it doesn't deal with the collision between you and the table. So it warps you to the other side of the table. The only way for it to deal with the collision of the table is if you cut the game speed down in half. Then you only move 5.5 meters. You land in the middle of the table, and then the game logic has to determine how to handle the resolution of you colliding with the table. And that's why we always have to turn the game speed down to make sure those collisions happen. And the objects we're trying to make sure they collide with is like, I have my inner landmines. They can warp past my inner landmines. So that's one of the types of collision we're looking for. And we're just trying to get them so that the bullets hit them correctly and knock them back and other things. Oh, Shadow, I did actually show that in the last tournament. We can show that in a second. It's not really weird, Bread. It's just how most games work. Most games cheat collision that way because it's a lot more computational. It's like the difference between rasterization and ray tracing, right? Because what you're asking for is for the game to actually trace the vector of where it's going and check the collision for the entire vector, which is kind of similar to how ray tracing works. Ray tracing actually deals with each light source and traces where the ray of light goes. That's why ray tracing looks so good. Rasterization is basically saying, yeah, we can't afford to do that because light has a lot of different rays. So we're just going to try and guess and make it as good as it could be. Oh, wow, Clover, that's a lot of stones. So that's kind of the difference between the two. Ray tracing and rasterization, it's kind of the same thing here. Because again, it's a vector, and it's not as crazy as ray tracing. There's not that many things on the screen. There's a cap of a certain number of enemies, but you still would have to trace that vector out. And I think some of it has to do, too, with how the tower chooses to shoot at enemies. Because when enemies warp like that, what happens is, you know, if they warp in too close and they hit the tower can't shoot at them. Where if they move slower, yes, I hopefully have hit sixth place. It'll take a little minute for it to update. Oh, okay. I'll do it then. I'll post your towers a YouTube short, Christian. I didn't want to steal your thunder, okay? In case you wanted to post it. I'll post it after this. Oh, now I can clean this stuff up that I probably should have done already. All right, we're done here. Okay, now I can work on Defense Absolute. That's going to help a lot. I'll show it to Maria so she can see the evolution of where my tower is going to go. I just remember, dude, somebody in the Discord was like, yeah, I showed it to my wife and she just looked at me funny because it looked like it was like the toilet was getting flushed. Well, you know, I mean, it just happens sometimes. Sometimes life finds a way, Christian. What can I say? But that's how a lot of games do collision, the bread. Like, for example, Super Mario actually has the same kind of collision. Like, Super Mario on the NES has a similar type of collision system. Sure, they have sub-pixels and some other stuff like that, but that's how people can do things like jump through walls. See, Jeffrey is already ready. He has children. He's ready to put the game in his will, and his kids will learn to play it when the time comes. I don't have any kids, so I don't have any. I'm gonna have to like farm somebody else's kids to become my tower playing kids. Have they started their own towers, Jeffrey? I don't know, it might be too expensive for them, but I always wonder how that would go, because I don't have kids. My friend has a kid, and unfortunately, he's like it's so weird, man. And I don't mean to make it I don't mean to like say kids today are weird, but like he's not into the games I was into. Yeah, pretty much farm somebody else's kids, man. What do you think Coco Melon is? Coco Melon, the #1 kid farming show in the world. Are you serious? She just quit. Oh, man. Oh, man. Well, she's like, that's that game you play? It's 2x because of Fast Ultimate, Holly. It's the heat. Whenever you got Fast Ultimate, you have to turn it down. And I'll go through the explanation really quick again. So it's just the way that game handles collision, okay? So pretend you're on one side of a 10-meter table, okay? And you move at 11 meters per second between two frames. So what happens is when the game draws the next frame, it just moves you 11 meters. So in this scenario, you just teleport to the other side of the table, and the game doesn't deal with the collision of the table, okay? So the only way to force it to deal with the collision of the table is to reduce the game speed down. So if you cut the game speed down in half, we're technically doing it by 2.5, but we're going to do half for simple math. Now your speed is 5.5 meters a second. So now between the frame, well, 5.5 meters per frame, it's roughly, we'll just say 5.5 meters per frame. Now, when the next frame is drawn, you've only advanced 5.5 meters. You're in the middle of the table, and the game has to then deal with the collision between you and the table and handle it. And she just gave up right then and there. Yeah, I know all this stuff because I used to watch a lot of the speedrunning videos. Because if you watch any speedrunning videos, a lot of what they do when they talk about frame perfect inputs is basically how can I manipulate the way the collision system works so that my character that I'm controlling doesn't collide with this object, and I can worm my way through it and thus get in a different state of the game. So like you see it a lot in like the NES runs, like that's how they do things like wall jumps, and they do things like there's certain ways they can use like when you hit a brick and you bounce back that you can jump through things. That's where I actually know it the best, because like for example, in 4-2, Hollow Knight. I don't know how Hollow Knight does collisions. I've seen a lot of different speed runs, and that was how I learned about this kind of stuff, because I always wondered like, how does this happen? And even there was one ridiculous one I watched about the world's hardest game, which was like a flash game about moving like a marble or something through a maze. And even in that game, there was a square through the maze. And there was ways that the way the collision of the square was, it was only on the corners. So you could sneak through certain parts by having it just go right through where the collision was. Or I think it was on the middle of the sides. I think I might be wrong. I think it's on the middle of the sides. So you could clip the corners. And because there was no collision detection on the corners, that was fine. And you could cut through it that way. It's one of those things, like if you don't know how collision detection works in games, you assume it works like in real life, and then you find out they cheated. And Super Mario Brothers on the NES has a lot of cheating collision to make the game play better. And so like I had played the game a lot as a kid, and I noticed this stuff, but I didn't know why it behaved the way it did, and now I understand. I'm like, oh. They have like a whole like collision tree that they do for Super Mario. I mean, not Super. Well, Super Mario Brothers on the NES is. I almost said Super Mario World. On Super Mario Brothers for the NES, that determines like if you're running and you jump and you barely clip the edge of a block, whether or not it interrupts your jump, because they wanted the gameplay to be more fluid. And so they had this whole thing, and then what happens is speedrunners like now know these rules, and when you know the rules, you can then use the rules to do what you want. Hey Matthew, how you doing? Unfortunately, in the tower, we can't do anything like that. All we can do is just slow the game down so the collision works. I actually watch a lot of, there's a channel on there, You Can Beat Video Games. He does a lot of old, like, NES and Game Boy games, and I've watched, like, I'll just watch some of his speedruns because I played all those games, but it's like, damn, I don't really want to, like, start up another run, but I'll watch it, because it kind of skips a lot of the grinding and stuff like that. I used to also watch Game Hopping a lot. I have to see what he's up to. Hey, 80 energy nets. Yeah, I'm full of answers for some things, not everything. I also had somebody in the comments want me to look at his tower, and I told him, well, just hop in a live stream. Because, like, there's no way I can go back and forth on a YouTube comment to get to an answer of how to help your tower. There's just no way. But I haven't seen him. I don't think. It could just be a bad time. Sometimes time doesn't work out for everybody. Obviously, this is a late night for Europe. That's why Maria's asleep. I checked to see if she was going to be around so she could hop in, but she's asleep. Oh, my favorite thing so far from CES 2025 is there's like a giant handheld that somebody's releasing. I think it's Acer. And it's just comically huge. Yeah, I watched a lot of Summoning Salt. I watched a lot of him too. Like when the pandemic started, somehow Summoning Salt got recommended to me. And he was pretty good. And there's also the Summoning Salt challenge of how quick can you beat the record after the Summoning Salt video. Yeah, it is Acer. Acer has a massive 11-inch handheld that they unveiled, and the pictures of this thing are hilarious. They're so hilarious because it's so huge. Hold on, I'll see if I can put the article in here. No, is it? No, it's the Blaze 11. Hold on, I'll post the article. You can see it. It just cracks me up. That's okay, Matthew. I mean, sometimes it's the game is about long-term goals. As long as you're working towards a goal, that's all that matters. That thing. Just the promo shot of the first guy who's holding it. It just like he's like at like, I don't know, a bar or something. And look at how big that thing is. It's enormous. It's like, yeah, let me just take out this giant stone tablet and play with it. It's so big. And even the marketing shots for it just look hilarious. Like, yes. I mean, like, that is a handheld I'm going to have to hit the gym for before I can use it comfortably. I also love the shot. Like, I'm just going to go outside by this waterfront bar. And I'm just going to, like, chill and play my giant-ass handheld. My CF is at 60% right now. It's one of the things on my list to upgrade in the near future. Well, you need the 5090 so you can run, 20 emulators running the tower. I mean, Exotic, if I'm going to get my 36 accounts going to all get in the same bracket, I'm going to need the 5090 if I'm going to run them all on one computer. So we can all be best friends. Oh, hold on a second. I'll show you guys my stats. Somebody wanted to see my lifetime stats. So there you go, July 4th. Oh, I think you need it. And I'm up to 51 quadrillion. Like, I was at like 20, maybe 30 quadrillion, like, and now I'm up to 51. So it's been a lot of quadrillions. And then 1.67 is my record now on tier 11. I haven't tried tier 12 yet, Christian. I know you said I should. but we gotta have Chronofield. Chronofield's so good. 500 quadrillion? Okay. Well, sorry guys, that's apparently amateur hour. There are people out there that are at multiple quintillions by now. I think Henrik's probably gonna... Henrik has a quintillion. Your tablet is a 12.4-inch screen? Is that as unwieldy as it sounds new, or is it actually pretty usable? Do you hold it? Also, new, it does depend how it's built, because if you look at this thing, the handheld, that's actually pretty thick. It's not like a tablet. That thing is like, if I had to guess, like probably an inch thick. 60 quadrillion a day. Wow. Holy. So every 10 days, Ghetto, you're 0.6 quintillion richer. Wow. Damn. Yeah, I'm a small fish in a big pond. Actually, I'm a small fish in an ocean now. Oh, guys, did you hear the good news? Did you hear the good news, guys? We are going to rename the Gulf to the Gulf, from the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Okay, now I was wondering if it was like hard to, like, that's something like you said on the table. It's so big. Honestly, I know this sounds lazy, but I've wanted something to hold my tablet for me in bed. Yeah, Gulf of America. And yes, well I think we buy, invade Greenland. You know, it's two of the same things, right? We're just gonna like send our ships and we're gonna put like a blockade around Greenland and just say this is ours now. And, oh, and also we're gonna annex Canada apparently. Well, we are, Rocky. You didn't hear that's the second part of the plan. Canada's going to become the 51st state. And I was impressed that he knew there's 50 states in America. Denmark loves it so much, Christian, that they're now beefing up the defense of Greenland. Yeah, it's insanity. The problem is nobody wants to annex Mexico. That's never going to happen. Mexico can just be Mexico. It's fine. Well, honestly, I never thought about it as kids. Like his one son Baron is like 18, and his oldest son is like 45 or something like that. Hey Glenn, how's it doing? How's it going? We're going pretty good. We're on, I think, 6th place, and we're just chipping away. Oh God, girl. Oh God, I see it now. All right, thanks, Texas. Thanks for stopping by. I'm sorry, I just had to make some jokes because that was just, it's been too much with all that going on. Oh, okay, the Galaxy Tab S10. Okay, let me look at that. I've never had a tablet that was bigger than like 7 inches. My last tournament was even better. I got my top 4. I got 4th place, which was crazy. Oh, wait, it's even bigger. It's 14 points. Yeah, that is the second monitor. That is the second monitor. That is huge. But it's still pretty thin, right? I'm trying to find a picture of it. Yeah, it's still pretty thin. I want to see how heavy it is. Yeah, because what makes the handheld so funny is not only is it 11 inches and huge, but it's also like he's holding like a stone tablet in his hands. It's so thick. It's not thin like a tablet. It's just ridiculous looking. The best part too is he's resting his arm on the bar. He's like, damn. This thing is heavy. It's 11 inches unbuffed. So they'll probably make like a super edition. It's just the image of this guy holding this thing like it's a casual kind of like thing you're gonna do. It just cracks me up. Yeah, it is. It's yeah, it's like a brick. I like it more as like a stone tablet. I don't know why it just looks. It looks like it has all these engravings on the back. I do think I will say this though. I do think it's really cool to see all these new handhelds coming out, even if some of them are ridiculous. I think that's actually pretty cool. I have to say, I honestly have to give it to Nintendo. I use BlueStacks, but I have to use BlueStacks because I need Hyper-V support because I use Hyper-V for other things, so I can't use another emulator other than BlueStacks. Oh, that's good. Like that's one of the best things is Nintendo. Like they come out with the Wii U, right, and the Wii U sucks, and Nintendo says, "Fine, we're gonna learn our lesson from this and make a better Wii U." And they did it. They come out and they make the Switch, which is like what the Wii U should have been, and they kill it. They knock it out of the park. My only gripe with Nintendo is that they don't sell their games on the PC. Because I don't really want to own a Switch to play Nintendo games. I want to play Nintendo games on my PC. That's my only complaint about Nintendo is I feel like they're limiting their market from what it could be. I actually don't know how to enable a frame count on BlueStacks, if I'm being extremely honest. Yeah, we saw what happened with Yuzu. Yuzu and... Oh, my wall broke again. Yeah, I actually, I love emulators. I love emulators because there was a time in my life when I was a kid, and when I was a kid, I was broke. And this is the other reason, like, I like NES games, and they have such a place in my lifetime for me, right? Because it was like, this was like the early 2000s. I had a computer that was good enough that I could and this is like, I could say, I'd call this like the golden age of the internet was like 99 to like 2001, I want to say. I think. I need to check that. Yeah, 99 to 2001. Because basically, you could download whatever you wanted on the internet and nobody cared. So you could download music off Napster if you wanted to hear it. You could download. That's what actually got me into music. I was never really into music before because music was so expensive. Music was just so expensive that like I wasn't really like how can I justify spending $20 on a CD or asking for a CD when I could spend $60 on a video game? And you know, I got a video game on like my birthday and Christmas, and that was it. So when I had a computer that was good enough, I downloaded every Nintendo game I could. And then I pretended to have the childhood I wish I had. And also every Super Nintendo game. And I think I did PlayStation, but I'm not sure. But I was more interested in the old games because I grew up with Nintendo, even though Nintendo wasn't quote-unquote current when I got it. I still what I assume happened is I got somebody else's old Nintendo games, but you know, as a kid, you don't know that, you know. As an adult, you kind of start putting these things together. It's a lot easier to trick you when you're a kid. And it was just... Yes, the phone lines. Yeah, I remember that. I remember when I got cable internet. And I didn't get cable internet because of me. I got it because my brother, he was smart. My younger brother was smarter than me. He told my mom, oh, I need cable internet for school. And then all of a sudden, as soon as it was for school, we got the cable internet. He was smarter than me. And honestly, cable internet versus paying for an extra phone line because we actually had a second phone line for the internet because my mom didn't want us to use the primary phone line, so we got a second phone line and I had to pay for it. And I don't know how I paid for it, but I did chores, so I guess I was paying for it. And yeah, I had a lot of responsibility, I guess, as a young kid. And then basically the deal was, oh, why don't we just get cable internet? And then like we don't need the second phone line. And I'm like, okay, that's what happened. But yeah, anyways, like in that time with LimeWire and all that, I played a lot of Nintendo games because I wanted to pretend I had the best childhood ever. Even though I was still, like, I was a teenager at that point, so it wasn't, you know. And then I went through and I played all the Super Nintendo games I wanted to play. Hey, Dustin, how you doing? And then all the Genesis games I wanted to play. And then I played all the PlayStation games. And, like, it was just so amazing that I had access to all of these games. They were just there. And so the thing, where I was going with this, well, I don't know where I was going with this, but that's why I like so many old games like that, because it was just like they were free. They were like, I couldn't afford PlayStation 2 games, but I could afford to download an old Nintendo game. I think it was PlayStation 2. No, Matthew. You want to max out Golden Bot, and by the time you're done with Golden Bot, you want to then work on Amp. I call him Ampy. And then by the time you max Golden Bot and Ampy, I guess it's Flame Bot. I don't know. I haven't made it that far. The first game I remember playing was Super Mario Brothers on the NES, but it's because I went over to like a friend's house and that's what he had. And I remember the first time I played video games, how excited I was. Because and this is not to say my parents were bad or anything like that, but I had siblings. And I was like, wow, finally, something that wouldn't get tired of playing with me. And I was so excited because the video game would never stop playing with me. And when I was a really young kid, I had so much fun playing video games where things just didn't make sense. Like for example, I used to play the NES Monopoly game. I don't know how I got the NES Monopoly game, but I got it. And one of the things you could do in the NES Monopoly game is that you could set up who has what properties. No, it doesn't stop the combo, John Smith. What it does for Golden Tower is that it queues it up. So if you refresh it early, it basically will just start it up and it'll run continuously. So that's how, like, you see my Golden Tower doesn't drop here, but my combo will build as much as it can build. And that's just because it just says, oh, okay, well, we know your Golden Tower duration is still going. When it stops, we'll just set you up to start the next one. And I would set up the Monopoly game. And I know I've told this story before, but I don't care. I'm going to tell it again. Where I had all the properties, I had hotels on everything, and I would give all the AI, all 7 of my AI opponents, max cash, and just slowly bleed them out like I was just winning capitalism. Dude, Swift, you're not alone. I played all kind of games on my computer too. Well, not all kinds, but some games did not run at the proper speed. Like, I played all kind of stuff that was like, clearly my computer was struggling. Oh man, World of Warcraft. How many lawns I cut to get game time for World of Warcraft? I still play World of Warcraft. I'm sad because the 20th anniversary just ended. Oh yeah, you had to. Yeah, I remember that. Look at the ground so you keep your frames up so you can keep DPSing. The thing you can't see. I never got into LAN parties, but I was lazy and I didn't drive. And by the time like LAN parties were like by the time like I was even at the age where I could drive, it was like LAN parties weren't much of a thing, I don't think. I don't know. Like I feel like by the time I was that age, it was like why would you like the internet was king. Not like obviously why you would do it is go like the photo. Oh my god, I have to show the photo. This you'll know when I link it. You'll know the photo. That one. No, I would never do that. Well, if the D is for duct tape, then yes, Christian. Oh, nice, Rocket Man. Yeah, I didn't drive so for a long time. Never. Yeah, the kid duct taped to the ceiling. She's asleep. She's asleep, Christian. Yeah, that's the famous LAN party where the guy's hanging from the ceiling. I will say we did do the Halo like Xbox thing. Like one of my brother's friends, or friend of a friend, he had two Xboxes in his house, so we could do the like LAN Xbox thing. That was pretty cool. Wow. Wow, Rocket Man, that sounds pretty cool. I never had anything like that. Like I wasn't old enough to do something like that, you know what I mean? And by the time I was old enough, it was like, well, we all have the internet. What's the point, kind of? At least that's how my friends were. Like now I could do it. And then they even released the SNES Classic and all that, and the Nintendo Classic. I still told Maria that one time we're gonna do a Legend of Zelda tournament, like Maria. But the problem is Maria's never played Legend of Zelda. But I told her I want to do like a head-to-head. No, not the Towerland. But I want to do a head-to-head, the original Legend of Zelda with her, and we're gonna speed run each other. And then we're gonna do A Link to the Past. But she's never played either game, so I didn't think that was fair. And the reason I picked those two games is because like that's like maybe 4 hours. There's a definitive endpoint with those games. Damn, Rocket, that sounds awesome. One day, I think we'll still do it one day, but I want her to play the Legend of Zelda first. So it's not like I just smoke her, you know? That's not going to be any fun if I just beat her like she doesn't even stand a chance, you know? But that's just because like The Legend of Zelda, the original Legend of Zelda is a game I played so much as a kid. Trying to find all the heart pieces, and then I eventually got A Link to the Past, right? And like I don't know if you guys remember this. Do you guys remember when like your weekend was, oh, what video game am I going to play all this weekend? Am I going to do a new run in this game? And am I going to do a new run in that game? Do you remember that? Because that was like my weekends as a kid. It was like, okay, I'm not. We're not getting a new game from Blockbuster. So what game am I going to play this weekend? And I would just go through and be like, okay, we're going to play The Legend of Zelda and we're going to beat it this weekend. Yeah, I had to ask. I did rent. My mom did rent a lot of SNES games for me. I remember how exciting that was. And my mom would tell her like coworkers and stuff, oh, I'd rather rent the games from like, and this was back like, you know, back before the play. Well, no. Well, I mean, I had chores to do too, Matthew, but like I didn't do chores all day. Like I had to cut the grass. Cutting the grass took like an hour for me. And I had to do a few other things. But like most of my weekend was free time. And this isn't even getting into the summer. Oh my god, the summer. I didn't even move from the TV. There was actually one summer I went over to my friend's house every day of the summer because my friend, he lived real close to where my mom worked. So I would go to work with my mom. I go to my friend's house because his mom was home, so I was allowed to visit him because this was when I was really young. Not really young, I was in middle school. And then we would hang out all day. My mom would pick me up on her lunch. We would go home and have lunch. She would then take me back to his house after we had lunch. And then she'd pick me up at the end of work. And I spent like a whole summer doing this. Crazy. My mom was not too bad because my mom, like, I did well in school. So she was like, look, if you're doing well in school, I really don't have a lot to complain about. And so my mom was pretty, like, permissive with that. So it wasn't like, she was, especially once I got to high school. So it wasn't like, she wasn't too strict with me. Maybe she should have been. I mean, I did end up being a YouTuber. Maybe that's why. But, so it was usually pretty chill for the most part. For the most part. Every now and then things, you know how things go. And the funny thing was, most of my conflict was not with my parents. It was with my siblings. Yes, you had to hide playing on the TV. I remember that. That's the one thing I really wish I could just be a kid again. Be a child again. That'd be great. Oh, man. I just hope I get to do it all again one day. And I know I'm sounding like the guy that wants to go through high school again, but nah. I just mean, like, I just be a kid again, not to have to worry about all the stuff. It's weird, too, because sometimes I can, like, trick my mind, and it almost feels like it was just yesterday. Oh, wow, we're doing pretty good. We're up to 600. So I don't know that the current time is bad. See, the thing is, Matthew, the only reference point I have is my friend's kid. And so my reference point, my friend's kid, and this is probably why I started talking about this, is I was asking my friend, I'm like, hey, he's like 9 years old. Doesn't he want to play every Nintendo game ever? He's like, not if the graphics are... And I'm like, okay, well, what about Super Nintendo? Because to me, like, I can kind of see, like, the NES, like, the games were kind of simple. They didn't age super well. The graphics aren't... Okay, there go wings. The graphics aren't super great. So I was like, well, what about the Super Nintendo? Because the graphics to me of the Super Nintendo have aged very well. And he wasn't interested. I was very disappointed. He told me that, like, if something doesn't happen in like 30 to like 30 seconds to like 3 minutes, he gets bored and wants to do something else. And I'm like, what? Because, like, dude, I'm not kidding. Like, I played Dragon Warrior 3 was the game I remember playing most as a kid when I was really small. Because I really like when I had the Nintendo, like, the regular Nintendo games were too hard. There go wings. I mean, not wings, demon mode. The regular Nintendo games I had were too hard for me as, like, a kid. Like, I was a little kid. Like, this is elementary school. So I'm talking, like, 3rd grade, I probably got somebody's hand-me-down NES or something like that somebody was trying to get rid of. And so I got a few games. And, like, Double Dragon was a hard game. And, like, Super Mario Brothers, like, that was a hard game for me. And all those games were, yeah, Contra, forget Contra. Contra, forget about it, yeah. Contra was just way too hard. And then, but I got a game, and it was called Dragon Warrior 2. Yeah, Castlevania. I didn't actually have Castlevania. I think I was able to talk my parents into renting Castlevania, and that one was super hard too. But I got the game Dragon Warrior 2. And I was able to, like, I was so happy to have a game where I could just chip away at it. Because Dragon Warrior 2 is a turn-based RPG, so it didn't matter how good you were at the game. Like, you could just keep leveling and kind of overcome the challenges that way, right? So that was a game I could chip away with, and I really enjoyed that. Like, I could actually beat a game. Like, it wasn't like Super Mario Brothers, you get to World 8, and then, like, you have to have your cousin help you or any of that, you know? It was, I could play this game, I could level my team up, I could find better gear, I could equip better equipment, and slowly just chip away at the game. And so then I got Dragon Warrior 3, because, whoever it was, was, like, into the, like, they were his old games, and I ended up getting, like, Dragon Warrior 3 later or something. Or, like, I don't know if my parents, like, got all the games at once, right? And then just slowly gave them to me. Because, again, if you gave me all the games at once, I would have just played all the games, you know what I mean? And I got Dragon Warrior 3. And even though that game was released, like, sort of late, that game was so much fun. I remember playing that game, like, as a kid, like, I had a writing assignment in school. And I wrote a story about that game. Yeah, I had a GameCube eventually, but I don't remember. Like, I'll be honest, like, the game I remember on the GameCube that I played a lot was Code Veronica. And by a lot, I mean, I played it with my brother and I, by then, we were playing, like, we were basically doing, like, streaming in Twitch before it was, like, streaming in Twitch, right? We would watch each other play games. And so I started playing Code Veronica, I think was the one. No, Code Veronica. I'm sorry, I'm mixing it up with a Dreamcast because my brother got a Dreamcast at some point, and Code Veronica was on the Dreamcast. He also got the GameCube. I didn't get a GameCube, and I'm trying to think what was on the GameCube. Melee. We played Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers is what we played on the GameCube. Because honestly, by then, like, the last Legend of Zelda game I played was Ocarina of Time. I never played Majora's Mask or anything beyond Majora's Mask. Yeah, we played Smash Brothers. Was it Smash Brothers Melee? Wasn't it Melee, or was it... No, it was the first Smash Brothers. What was Melee on? Oh, Smash Bros. Was on the 64. Then it was Melee that was on it, because we had both. Because one of the things we did in Melee was we took turns trying to get all the trophies. Because there were so many trophies in that game. And we tried to unlock all... And the thing was, like, that was back when... Like, the internet... You know, like, do you guys remember when the internet used to be, like, a mystery kind of thing? Because I remember when the internet was, like, sort of like a mystery. Like early 2000s, like, you would hear weird rumors, like... Oh, you know, to resurrect Aeris, you need to go and find the ghost in the wall market, and then follow the ghost, and go in there. Then you got to get the silver rose, and put the silver rose next to the picture. And then when you look at the picture, and you say Aeris, Aeris, Aeris 3 times, then you turn around and walk out of the room, and then Aeris comes back and joins your party. Like, you remember those wild-ass rumors back then? See, I was never into racing games that much, so I don't remember Need for Speed. I'm trying to think of other GameCube games. Because I don't remember we did much with the GameCube. Yeah, like, that was what I, like, it was just a mystery of what you could do. Like, the whole Aeris, bringing Aeris back into your party, or, all that kind of stuff. Or like in World of Warcraft, right? Like, oh, how to get Ashbringer. Back in World of Warcraft, the original game, how to get Ashbringer. How there were 20 million rumors of, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that, and you got to go fish in the Plague Lands, and then once you fish and they actually took the entire rumor mill and made it into the quest line to get the corrupted Ash, or the Ashbringer, the corrupted version, I think, in Legion. They literally took all the rumors and made it that because everybody wanted the Ashbringer so bad. Yeah, YouTube has all the answers now because of people like me, Matthew. Yeah, the rumor of the cow level in Diablo. I actually played Diablo as a kid, and I don't know how I was able to get a copy of this game, Rocket Man. I played it as a kid. And you know how, and the thing was, like, I don't understand as a kid how I wasn't traumatized by the Butcher. And I don't know if I was, I just don't know why. Because I remember, like, I found the room, but I think it was because I played so many RPGs that, like, when I started to fight the Butcher, I'm like, okay, let's go. Like, running away in Diablo was just, like, not an option. You know, it was like, okay, let's go mano y mano. I'm gonna hit you, you're gonna hit me. I'm gonna hit you, I'm gonna hit. Oh, I got a potion. I'm gonna hit you, you're gonna hit me. I'm gonna hit you, I'm gonna hit me. And, like, I only assumed that it was that way because of how I played the game, Diablo. I systematically just went through every room and just killed every monster, looted everything I could, and then went to the next level. Dustin, there's actually Genesis and Zenga are both playing Path of Exile too. GTA 5 came out in what, 2013? And and we're finally getting GTA 6 12 years later? I have not tried Path of Exile 2, I'll be honest. Not yet. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. Maria and I have to finish up Diablo 4. It's the end of the season. We're going to finish that up. Basically, like, the reason I was late on my Idol Slayer video, like, that video hasn't been out yet, is because I was rushing to finish the anniversary event up for World of Warcraft. And then last night, I was so exhausted from everything, I just went to sleep. Yes, I did play No Man's Sky recently. Maria and I were actually streaming playing No Man's Sky. Like, she got that for me for Christmas because it was on sale. Cause like I've told Marie, don't get me any games that aren't on sale. Just wait for the Steam sale. So she got me No Man's Sky for the winter sale. I think the PS5 has already been out for 5 years. Hey, Sar, how you doing? I hope you didn't miss your tournament, Sar. When did it? Wasn't the PS5 2020? Didn't it come out in the middle of that time when we weren't going outside? And now there's a PS5 Pro and all that other nonsense. And we're almost getting ready to the PlayStation 6. Like, it's almost time for the PlayStation 6 already, I think. Like, we're going to have the PlayStation 6 probably in 2026. That's when I would do it. 2026 PlayStation 6. See, I'm a marketing genius. No, I think there'll always be consoles. Because we're going to get the Switch 2, right? Like, I might actually get a Switch 2. Like, the whole reason I haven't gotten a Switch is because I've been hearing constant rumors about a Switch Pro and a Switch 2. So I might get a Switch. I might betray everything I know that is good and is sacred and get a Switch. Okay, there went Nuke, and then I took a lot of damage. Yeah, Xbox is gonna... But that makes sense for Microsoft, right? Like Sony and Nintendo don't have that kind of platform. Microsoft does. What am I playing? I'm on Windows 10 right now using the tower, or using BlueStacks to play the tower. You know? But I can see, but I think Xbox will always have a, okay, well, there we go. 655. Is that my best? I wouldn't be surprised, Jeffrey. Xbox, I think, cares more about being a multi-platform publisher than to worry about playing the exclusive games. And the reason for that is you just sell more. That's the problem. That look at what happened with Square Enix. Square Enix made the deal with Sony to be like PlayStation exclusive, and they've lost so much money that they're going away from it. Well, at least we got some of that done. That's good. Dude, Jeffrey, don't get me started on Chrono Trigger. You know how dirty they did Chrono Trigger? Do you remember the Chrono Trigger? What was it? I think it was Chrono Trigger Resurrection. If you look up Chrono Trigger Resurrection on YouTube, it is a 16-year-old video, okay? You watch that video and try to tell me it doesn't look amazing. And then remember, this came out 16 years ago. And then remember that Square sent them a cease and desist. And every day I look at this video, and I look at it, well, not every day, but every day I go on this rant, I look at this video, and I'm like, Square, what were you thinking? Why weren't you like, we should hire these people because holy crap, look what they did, and we'll just take this and re-release it on PC. How that didn't happen, I will never understand in my life. I don't get it. Watch that video, Chrono. I'm going to link it. I'm going to link it because this thing, it's just like, thank God they preserved this on YouTube because, like, if you asked me, what is the thing I would hallucinate about, it'd be this. I linked it in the chat. I'm gonna watch it right now. And these graphics are from 2006, guys. Like, I don't understand. I remember when I saw this originally, it was amazing. I'm gonna get a farm run going because I need to be farming, but you know, I just like this, like you bring up Chrono Trigger, I think of this every time. Not only do I think of this, I think of how good this was for the time, and I'm like, Square, what were you doing? Just hire these people. Did any of you guys play City of Heroes? Oh, I gotta change the skin. Wait, re-rolling already? With 300K? Are you sure? That's hardly any. I had 2.7 million last time. I don't know that. Is that going to be enough? Like, I don't understand how you make something this good as a remake, and Square just doesn't even negotiate with you. Because, so for example, like, if you don't know the history of City Heroes, I'll tell it to you. I'll tell it to you very briefly. Right, but you got to realize I have to re-roll like this whole thing. Like, I can't just re-roll one property on this. I got to re-roll this whole thing. And so that's why I'm holding off till I have more so I can re-roll this whole... This is a unit, you know? That's the problem. I got to re-roll this entire thing. Maybe it's not that bad, but I feel like it is. I was gonna save up my rerolls, to be honest, for a little bit. At least get like 1 million. Or we could reroll him. I don't know how hard it's to reroll Anti-Cube. Sorry, I had a little something in my throat. So are we going to reroll or are we going to wait? Because I feel like we should wait. That's me. We'll wait, I think. I'll probably be able to reroll. Like, give me a week. Give me a week to build up some. Let me build up. Let's wait. Let's do it on a Saturday too. So not next Saturday. We'll do it a week from Saturday. We'll at least look at it a week from Saturday. All right, next month. Yeah. Next month. Yeah, we'll do it next month. That's a good idea. Let me build up some shards. I don't have the cash card. I don't have Cash Master yet. Oh yeah, holy crap, thanks. Hey, the game actually runs at the right speed now. Yeah, pretty much. I just couldn't believe they did that with Chrono Field Resurrected. And I'm so disappointed Square shut them down. Because I remember, I loved Chrono Field as a kid too. You know why I loved Chrono Field so much as a kid? Because of New Game Plus. Because New Game Plus meant I could play the game again and carry my stuff over. And as a kid, I loved that. Because I wasn't always like a huge... Like one of the reasons I replayed games so much as a kid was I had a Game Genie. Like, thank goodness my mom got me a Game Genie. Because a Game Genie bred so much life into games because I'd be like, okay, I'm going to play this game again. But I want to do it differently. How can I do it differently with a Game Genie? And I literally could just do things differently thanks to the Game Genie. And I loved it. It was like my favorite thing. And it wasn't too ridiculously overpowered at the time. But it could make the like especially RPGs, because I'd be like, oh, I want to start with this weapon. Or like my favorite was in Legend of Zelda, I accidentally made a walk through walls code by accidentally reversing 2 of the digits of a code I was trying to put in. And so I could actually play the game, go save the frog guy, temper my sword, get the rank 3 master sword, and then go through the game normally with the rank 3 sword, and it was just so awesome to do that to me. No, the battery died. I don't know what happened to my Chrono Field cartridge. It might be at my mom's house. I don't know. I don't know where it is. I haven't been able to find it. It's so good. Like, I can't believe it looks that good. And this was 2006. Like 2006. And yeah, okay. So like, look, the animation's a little like stiff, but so good. Yeah, the comments are crazy. Yeah, it was like Chrono Trigger was such a fun game for me. It was one of my favorites. And it's in fact why Chrono Trigger, the New Game Plus in Chrono Trigger was so good. I wanted New Game Plus in every game. And my friend would always tell me, why would they give you New Game Plus in this other game? And I'm like, what do you mean why? It is, like, to me, New Game Plus is the best thing any game can do for replayability, for fun, without being a lot of effort, right? Any game you slap New Game Plus in, it's just automatically better. And it doesn't cost the developer anything. I don't care what game it is. You put New Game Plus in it, it's better. I guess it costs something. It costs putting new... But again, the cost is so minimal. Oh, I like his cat. All right, good night, Jeffrey. I do need to get to the store before it closes in a little bit, but I just had to go on. Dude. Oh, and the crazy thing is, Jeffrey, before you go, Maria is like the biggest Square fan ever, and guess who hasn't played Chrono Trigger? Maria has never played Chrono Trigger, so I promise... At some point, Maria and I are going to do a Chrono Trigger stream because it'll be her first time playing, and we're going to do it. I don't know when we're going to do it because, like, things are crazy kind of right now. But we're going to do a Chrono Trigger stream, me and her, and we're going to do it at some point. And she's like Miss Final Fantasy. She streams Final Fantasy 14 all the time. She doesn't, yeah, you know it. You know I'm gonna, because we actually both have the game. I bought the game. We were gonna play it when the guy who animated, I forgot, the guy who drew Dragon Ball, I forget his name, Akira. When he passed away, I was thinking about playing it. But we had so many other things we had to do at the time. I said, there's no way we can get into an RPG as complicated as Chrono Trigger and not, and like, get all the other things we needed to do done. But it is on our list of things to do. It is. But you have a good night, Jeffrey. I just had to because, man, I love Chrono Trigger too. And I'm so sad about my friend's kid that just doesn't appreciate these things. I hope it's just because he's only 9. That's what I'm hoping. He's still young. There's still, like, it's not like he's like 18 and he's in prison. There's still time for him to make the right choices in life. But it's heartbreaking. Because I was 7 when I got into video games. Anyways. One day I will redeem him. That's like my quest. I don't think I'm gonna ever have kids, but I can make my friend's kid like, we're gonna get you into gaming. You're gonna be a gamer. We're gonna do it. One day. I'm not an uncle. So the funny thing is, I expected my brother to have kids. And unfortunately, my brother has, he passed away a long time ago. So unfortunately, I'm never going to get to be an uncle. I mean, I do have other siblings, but they're not having kids either. I really thought my brother was going to have kids. Because he seemed like, you know... He just seemed like the type that was going to be a family guy to me. Whereas, like, my sister and my other siblings, they don't have any interest in that. So I'm never going to be an uncle. But I have friends that have decided to have kids, so I can be like a surrogate uncle. Like that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I actually have a tribute to Proden, because if you ever look at like some of the games I play, I'll play with me and Proden. And Proden is a memory of my brother, and I have a video about him on my channel. If you search for Proden. It is sad, I'm going to warn you, it is sad. But I was just really sad that day, because I miss him a lot. Like, he was a big Marvel fan, and he passed away before like the MCU got big. So every time there's like an MCU movie, I get sad a little bit because like I'm like, damn, he would have been all about the MCU because he was more into comic books than me. And he would have been so excited to see like actual good comic book movies, you know? Like to be fair, the last movie we did see together was The Dark Knight, and that was so awesome. I'm so glad we got to see that. But it really made seeing The Dark Knight Rises really hard because he had passed away between the two movies. But you know, it is what it is. You know, I mean, there's a book, and I'm probably gonna get it from my mom. It was about a dad that lost two of his kids, and the message of the book is you have to find hope in loss. You have to find hope in loss. And it took me a long time. It took me a long time to find that. Not that I really was a hopeful person before, but it took me a long time to work through the grief, you know? And it was just... My brother was my best friend. So it was a very difficult time. At times. But, you know, it's just, you just, one day at a time, you know, man. That's all you can do. And that's how I had to do it, you know, one day at a time, you know, going to work one day at a time, just keeping the chains moving until eventually things got different. It's hard to say better, like I felt better emotionally, like, but it took time to get through it. And it's hard for me to even say like things are like 100% better now because I still miss him all the time. Like I still think about him all the time. I probably think about him every day, to be honest with you, because he was my younger brother. We were 2.5 years apart, and so I always knew him. Like I knew him his whole life, and I actually was really upset about like last year because I really realized like how much time we didn't get to spend together. Like, I feel like I have all these memories of stuff we did together. And then when I look back, it was only 2 years. Like, I think that we really did all this stuff. And it kind of blows my mind that all of these things that I remember happened in just this 2-year period. Because it feels like it would have been like 5, 6, 7 years. Oh, I did earlier, Shadow. I'll show it again. Hold on. Sorry, I guess you missed it, but here it is here. So let me scroll back to the top. So I started on July 4th, 2022. I'm at 51 quadrillion total. Almost 4,600 lifetime stones. Those are probably the big ones there. And then right now my record on tier 11 is 1.67 quadrillion. And I don't mean to get sad. It's just like, I mean, that's the thing that happened, you know, that's life, you know? It was like maybe a year ago, I think. Let me see. I'm searching for, I'll link it. I'm gonna warn you, it was sad. It was for his birthday. I made the video for his birthday because I was really sad. It was his birthday. Yeah, no problem. I don't mean to be so sad usually, but I mean, you know, it's life, you know? Yeah, I finally got a quadrillion. I finally did it. Yeah, yeah. I was fortunate that I had a bunch of our old text messages that I saved on accident because I archive everything. I was very fortunate I kept that. But sorry, I didn't mean to get too sad. It's just, that's the thing that happened. That's what that's just life, you know? I hope I'm not too much of a downer. I don't mean to be. It's difficult because I think about Asmongold. Like I don't like a lot of what Asmongold does, but I think about him and his mom and how his mom got him into World of Warcraft, and all the things he did with his mom, who was playing World of Warcraft, and it's just. I'm so sad that his mom passed away. Because I couldn't like none of my parents were gamers or anything like that. I couldn't imagine, what that would be like. Honestly, I wonder if that's why he doesn't play as much World of Warcraft anymore. Yeah, it is. Life can be. Life will always, sometimes gets really difficult. But you just have to find hope. You have to find hope in even hardship sometimes. It's important to remember that. And I don't feel like we, as a society, at least in America, that we talk about that enough. Because it's difficult to talk about. Nobody wants to be sad, Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Brett. That is so cool. That's the thing. Like, with my friend's kid, that's what I want to do. I want us all to game together. Obviously, I won't be streaming it when we game together, but I'm hoping that at some point he gets more into gaming, because I think that'd be so cool for me and the friend I'm friends with and his son to all play a video game together. To just all play a game together. That is what I'm kind of hoping will happen one day. I don't know when that day is, but that's what I'm hoping. If not, I have to hope that somebody else has a kid and that we can do that. And I read so much about people, oh, you just want to have kids have mini you. And it's not really that. But I can't deny that it would be so cool to have, like, that kind of cross-generational thing, Because video games are for everybody. They're for everybody. So, and like when I play World of Warcraft, I used to play with all different kinds of people. I played with a guy that was retired and in his, like, I think he was in his 60s and he was retired. I played with people that were in their 20s. It was such a cross-generational thing. It was so cool. And this is not even talking about, like, I met Maria and she lives in Finland and I live in America. I never would have done that without, like, the internet and video games, So it's such a cool thing. And so I'm glad you have that with your dad. I'm really glad, because I've always wished my dad was into video games, or even my mother. I at least got my mom playing Wordle, but I don't really care to play Wordle that much. My mom, at least, she plays Wordle, and she plays Connections, and she plays Strands, which I think is good to play those kind of games as you get older to just help your memory, Every now and then she gets stuck, and I have to help her. I haven't helped her in a while. But me and my brother played a lot of games together. We played World of Warcraft together. We played we played like the first game I really remember us playing together was, I think he rented Metal Gear Solid or something for the PlayStation. And so like I just went into his room and he had the PlayStation, and I just remember sitting next to him and we were just taking turns playing. It was so cool. Just to have, because I was always the big gamer and he wasn't into gaming. And I always hoped that one day he would get into gaming more. And he finally did. And I was so happy playing Metal Gear Solid with him. I was so happy to just have some common ground at that point, you know? Because I just was always into gaming. Because like I said, when I played something that'll never get tired of playing with me. And I tell my mom that story all the time. And she's like, man, it makes me sound like we're terrible parents. And I'm like, no, there was me, there was my brother, there was my sister, right? There was 4 of us. You had to split your time between all 4 of us. That's just how it is, right? That's not a reflection on you. Like, I couldn't have you. And now I was the eldest. So I was the most spoiled as a kid in terms of, for the first 2, because my brother and I were 2.5 years apart, right? So the first 2.5 years, I was my mom's only child. And I loved that as a kid. I loved that attention. I loved being the center of everything. And my mom said, like, I got really jealous of my younger brother when I was in my 2s when she had him, because I wasn't the center anymore. So now, you know, with 4, you got to split it by 25%, you know? That's just the way it is. I didn't get 4 mothers, right? I had 1 mom. And, you know, but that was, so, like, I don't mean like my parents neglected me, you know? It's not like they locked me in the basement. You can't have a basement in Florida. You know that. So, you just can't have a basement. But it's just that as a kid, like, the video game would give me 100% of my attention, and it always wanted to do what I wanted it to do. And I loved it. I might also have control issues, but, you know, it comes with the territory. It depends on your upgrade. I use Havocbringer not because it's better than Astral Deliverance. I use Havocbringer because my Havocbringer is 5-star Ancestral. And my AD is like, I don't remember. So Havocbringer is the absolute worst ultimate weapon. I just had the worst luck at getting it to 5-star. It's one of those things I'll probably reroll eventually too. I just don't know what I'm going to do with Scorch. But don't use Havocbringer if you have a better one. The other 3, all of them are better. Like I said, Havocbringer I only use because it's Ancestral 5-star. I actually could make it Ancestral 6-star. That's how many Havocbringers I've gotten. We're hoping I don't get any more. But I actually do need to go to the store before it closes, because I want to have something for dinner. I want to have dinner tonight. So I'm gonna let it go here. I'm sorry the stream got a little sad. I don't mean to. I try not to be too sad outside of like other places, but I appreciate you guys being patient with me through that. So once again, though, as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. And if you have any questions, feel free to say something in the comments. I do always look forward to your questions. And as always, thank you again. And I hope you have a good day. And happy farming, everybody. Let's come back with another quadrillion coins for Saturday. How about that? Everybody wants to see some more quads. So I'll bring some. You bring some coins too, Christian. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, everybody. 40 quad. Yeah, you better. I'm gonna hold you to that, Christian.